Thank you for being here. Look at all these dates you're doing. Oh my God, busy.
God.
You're a busy guy, bud.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. I didn't realize I signed up for that, actually.
You're busy. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're busy on tour. You were telling me backstage and brought me a text that I wanted to show everyone here because you're on tour. You're very busy, but you got a text that was a little concerning. Who's the text from?
So we're having some work done at the house, and the contractor, who's usually like, hey, we made some progress on the closet, sent me a text about my children, my two boys.
You have two boys. How old are they?
They're 6 and 9.
6 and 9. Let me read this text to you guys from his contractor. It says, everything's okay. No skin off our backs, but we got to share this. Allegedly, your superhuman children totaled the porta potty, ransacked our outside wood storage, and pulverized a 50-pound, 2-inch stone that we needed to reinstall. There's evidence of fire, and 3 bloody knives have been recovered so far. The search for the toilet seat has been called off. You wrote back WTF. I'm so sorry. What in the world?
I mean, I don't know, like, I feel like they're like kids from like a war-torn country, but they're not. They're ours. Like, everything is either broken or peed on in our house.
That's what boys.
Hammers and pee are everywhere. Like things that I have are either broken or soiled, and like, I mean, I found the TV when I turn on the TV in the living room and I see like 3 holes in it. I'm like, there's 3 little holes in that, and I go up to my 6-year-old. I'm like, what? Do you know anything about that? He's like, oh, I put a fork in that. I was like, oh. I go, yeah, you can't do that, man. Like, we need TVs.
You just put a fork in the TV.
And then we ordered the replacement TV that came in a box, and it had 100 holes in the box. He goes, I put the fork in that too, man. Yeah, I was like, all right, let's stop with the forks and the electronics.
Wow.
And that's when the pee phase started.
All right, yeah, you go. Let's go back to the forks.
Yeah,
let's go back to the forks.
Yeah.
Well, this is very exciting. It was announced yesterday that you have a new series coming to Netflix. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Big deal. What is it called, and what is the show about?
So it's called Bad Thoughts.
Okay.
It's a collection of short stories, kind of like if you watch the old Twilight Zone, where they would kind of introduce a theme or a topic, and these are all twisted, kind of messed up. Like if there was like a dark comedic Black Mirror, it would be like I think kind of like this show. And it's called Bad Thoughts because basically, every time I pitched one of these things, people were like, "You shouldn't make that." So
they actually are bad.
Yeah.
I want to show some of the characters you play. Here's one character. This is you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Doesn't
really look like you.
It's a sadder, fatter,
IT
guy.
Yeah.
And that's me with money. Yeah.
Yeah. These are gonna be
That's
exciting.
like my Rick Rubin.
Yes.
Alter ego.
Yeah, it is
right?
Rick Rubin-ish. Yes. And then look at this one.
This is a woman. This is, we put out a casting call we were just like, we need an ugly French woman. And they showed up, and
this is an actor, this is not you.
This is Jeanette Nadeau, and she is hideous, but a phenomenal actress.
Really phenomenal, yeah. It looks a little bit like you, yeah.
No, it's her.
Has anyone seen the show yet? You got any notes?
The only person that has seen any of the show is my mother.
Aww.
And it's not a good review.
She didn't like it.
She literally said, she goes, you have to change your name. She's like, if
change your name?
Yeah, she goes, if people know it's you. I go, everyone knows it's me. It's my show. And she said, if the show comes out, she goes, I will never leave the house so people don't see me. And she goes, is there any way you can get them to change it? And I'm like, what do you mean?
I wrote, I'm in this, and I wrote this. This is all me.
She's like, this is horrible. She's
like, oh my gosh.
She's like, it's so offensive. And I was like, honestly, I made it for you, Mom.
Yeah. I didn't know this, but when you moved to LA, your original goal was to be an actor.
Yes.
Not a comedian.
Not at all. No, I think you were my North Star. I was like, I'm gonna do what you did. I was like, I'm gonna go to LA. I'll do the Groundlings. I was like, SNL will pick me. Hey, and then I was like, I'll do it for a couple years, and then I'll do movies. And I was like, that makes sense.
Yes.
I'll just do that.
It's that easy.
And that didn't happen. That didn't happen, dude.
Yeah, and you just started just doing open mics or stand-up?
Yeah, I mean, I did go to the Groundlings.
Oh, you did?
I did make it to Writing Lab, and then I stopped. I didn't call because they only call you twice to do it. But I started doing gigs, and I was like, hey, I'm doing gigs. Like, I found like a path that I thought would work for me. So I kept doing it, and then I would do some acting stuff, here and there. But my focus became doing stand-up.
Anything that we'd know, or do you have any?
I mean, there was a Domino's commercial.
Yes, of course. That was fantastic. You were great.
Yeah, I had a couple. I had a couple lines on Workaholics that was cut, so it didn't air.
How depressing.
I remember I did a commercial one time where the director was like, "Hey man, do that again, but just be better." And I was like, "That's not like you can't direct by just telling me to be better." Yeah. So hopefully you think that. I hope he sees the show.
Yeah, you've done better, by the way.
It's better.
Yeah, Tom Segura has done better. This Saturday night, by the way, you sold out Madison Square Garden.
Hey, that's awesome. Yeah, awesome.
Good.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You sold out Madison Square
crazy.
Garden.
It's crazy.
That's a big deal.
It's a big deal. I'm super thankful. I can't believe that it's actually. I'm so glad I pursued stand-up. Yeah.
Oh, you just came from doing stand-up in London, and
I just did a UK tour in Ireland. Yeah.
Are the crowds that different? Can you tell?
Sometimes they're like subdued. We always do this thing when we do shows anywhere, like here where you're backstage and you turn on they call it the voice of God mic, right? And you just go like, hey, what's up, New York? And then the place goes crazy.
Nuts, yeah.
And in some of the English places, I was like, what's up, Nottingham? And they were just like, hello. And like, you're like.
At the same time, they all said,
yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Have a good show. And you're like, all right.
Like, okay.
And you come out and you're like, what's up? And they're like, do your thing. And
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
But this is very cool. You're donating a portion of the proceeds from the entire tour to World Central Kitchen.
Thank you. God. I mean, we got to just say that in a world full of men that disappoint you, Jose Andres is one of the shining great men in this world. This guy
he's a superhero.
Is awesome. Like,
I agree.
A superstar chef, and World Central Kitchen, he doesn't care what your beliefs are, where you're from, what you look like. He just wants to feed people. It's an amazing organization. So yeah, I'm happy to be partnering with them on that.
That's awesome, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Tom Segura, everybody. Visit TomSegura.com for tickets to his Come Together tour. We'll be right back with Marcus Mumford.